As December rolls on, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, unfortunately, is continuing, and we want to be able to support Ukraine. I think what we should do for people is, as you go on Christmas shopping, I think we should get, buy something imported from that's made in Ukraine. I think it's one of the ways you could, support Ukrainians here by the economy. Also, be sure to visit a Ukrainian or Russian-owned restaurant in the United States, in our own country here. Well, as long as it's outside of Russia, especially if you go to a Russian restaurant, we want to demonstrate that Russian citizens are not our enemy, and they should not share in the punishment that Putin faces as a result of this war. Yeah, I believe you can go Google Maps and you can try Ukrainian or Russian restaurant near your area, and be sure to take out or go to one of these restaurants during the month of December as a way to support Ukrainians and its Russian citizens here in our country. That really sends a message. If you go into a Russian citizen country in this area here, you're really showing showing a message saying that the only enemy is Putin and his Kremlin, and not its citizens, and that the Russian citizens are welcome into our country, especially if they want to avoid being drafted to a war they don't want to be in. And so I have to say about how we can support Ukrainians and Russian citizens here. As far as Ukraine goes, Putin may try to plunge Ukraine to a darkness that could hamper our efforts to bring in weapons and support for Ukraine to help them defend. But I have to say that they miscalculated there, because there are reports that the powers have been restored fairly quickly, and it only strengthens Ukrainians' resolve to defend their country, and it only puts Putin further into a pariah of the world, and as well as raise his price tag that he must pay. Some people comment to say hopefully the war would end like 3, 4, 5 months from now or like this. I say Putin must end this war by the end of the year. And hopefully he will do that. And go back to the table and bridge differences and change from this to peace. 210 years ago, we were enemies of the United States and the United Kingdom. And today, things are far different. And ironically, there's actually a parallel difference, some parallels to the this war and Ukrainian war. The 13 colonies, we were filing a Declaration of Independence, and we were defending our country against the United Kingdom. Ironically, about 25 years later, 35 years later, we were at war again. But today, it's the opposite relationship, and we're partners together. One of the first, we were actually together founded NATO, along with 10 other countries. I believe that Russia and Ukraine would come out the same way. They would defend their country and defend their sovereign territory. And then hopefully 10 or 20 years from now, Russia and Ukraine will be just as close together as the United States and the United Kingdom. and they could become, partners of Asian economy. Hopefully, Russia and Ukraine can compete together in soccer instead of war machines. So, Putin must stop this war, withdraw his troops, and bridge differences, and hopefully he'll stop this war before New Year's Day. So once again, maybe you can just go ahead and support Ukraine by purchasing something that's made in Ukraine on Amazon, whether it be an ornament or maybe a piece of, or maybe something here from Ukraine, as well as go to a Ukrainian restaurant here in the United States, and as well as a Russian restaurant here in the United States that's owned by a Russian here. We have Cafe St. Petersburg and west of Boston here that serves great Russian food. They oppose the war, so I'd support them for it. So God bless Ukraine, and hopefully this war would end.